Producer Andy Savas comes up with some really interesting ideas to help you understand what's happening around the world. This one is one of the more unique ones. It is time to size up the competition. What's known as Fat Bear Week is underway right now in Alaska. Voters are deciding which brown bears they think gained the most weight to survive hibernation. This is the 10th year, by the way, of this contest. More than 1.3 million votes were cast just last year. And joining us with more is Mike Fitz. He is the founder of Fat Bear Week. And Mike, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Happy Fat Bear Week.
Okay, so I know that Fat Bear Week has grown tremendously over the past decade. So what inspired this idea for your competition, and how popular is it?
Well, brown bears need to get fat to survive. So at Brooks River in Katmai National Park, we have this really unique opportunity to watch bears in early summer and late summer, the same individual bears. So we get to see their changes in body mass. And the idea behind Fat Bear Week really was inspired by the opportunity to tell that story in a fun and engaging way. Many years ago, back in 2014, I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun to have people vote on who they thought was the fattest bear at Brooks River? And the idea has just grown almost exponentially since then.
Now, you said Katmai National Park. This is in the southwest, right? Southwest part of Alaska?
Yes. Right, Southwest Alaska, the Bristol Bay region.
Right. So why'd you pick that area? Is that where you live?
Well, I was a ranger there at the time, so I'm not a ranger there anymore, but I work for Explore.org, which is the webcam partner that provides live streaming footage of brown bears at Brooks River. So if anybody wanted to watch the brown bears at the river and look at some of these fat bears, you can do it right now, Explore.org/bears. You can vote for the bears at fatbearweek.org. And you get to learn about these bears and their lives, and especially about their individuality. It's a really fascinating experience. We get to watch them across seasons and years.
Now, you have to see these in person, or can you just see pictures of them? If I wanted to do this, for instance, I'm in New York. I don't think I'm going to go to Alaska for this, but I could do that, right?
You could, yeah. Brooks River is the most popular destination for tourists in Katmai National Park. Gets about 20,000 people a year, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a very remote location. It's about 300 miles southwest of Anchorage, Alaska. It takes a long time to get there. It can be very expensive to get there. The webcams through Explore.org help to bridge a lot of the barriers that people experience that would prevent them from maybe visiting in person. And then Fat Bear Week is just another way to tell the stories of the individual bears that we can see through the webcams.
I have been to Alaska, and I have seen brown bears in many parts of the United States and in some of those great parks we have. But Alaska was amazing because I saw them get salmon, and I saw them when I was running, and I learned how to blow a whistle all the time. They're incredible animals. They can be frightening because unlike black bears out here in the Northeast, black bears do not attack people usually. It's very rare here in the Northern Hemisphere. But out there, if you mess around, they're going to get you, right?
In general, brown and grizzly bears tend to react a bit more defensively in surprise encounters with people. So yes, one of the things that you want to do is make sure that you're not surprising a bear, and that rule applies to black bears as well. And you never want to run from a bear either. It doesn't matter what species of bear you encounter, never run from a bear. So avoid surprise encounters, never run from a bear. Those are a couple of the cardinal rules anytime that you happen to be outside in bear country.
So you want the people who are the bears that are the fattest, right? But they're not the ones who run the fastest, are they? Or are they? Does it really matter?
Well, not necessarily. They are all fast. There's probably not a person on Earth that can outrun a brown bear. They've been clocked to run more than 30 miles an hour. And even the fattest bears, again, some of the bears at Brooks River are pushing, or more than 1,000 pounds. Yeah. And those bears still are powerful sprinters. Again, Amazing. If you were in a forested environment and you wanted to, try to avoid a brown bear running away, you couldn't. You just don't have the strength and the power and the speed.
30 miles an hour. I have a fake knee now, and I can go about 3 miles an hour. So I'm gonna take your word for it. My final question to you, sir. What do you hope to get out of all this? There's something more than just, hey, this is a cool adventure, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we hope that through Fat Bear Week, people become more interested in learning about brown bears and salmon in Katmai National Park. It's a really a gateway into learning more about their lives and their individuality. Bristol Bay, the Katmai region, is really a bright spot of ecological wholeness. It's a fully intact ecosystem, and that's becoming increasingly rare on planet Earth.
Right, really good point. Mike Fitz, I thank you for joining us tonight, and good luck with Fat Bear Week. I know that our producer, Andy Savis, must have had a blast talking you and debriefing you for this and trying to figure out what makes sense. So, listen, I hope our viewers got something out of it. I know Andy did, because he really likes to get these kind of stories. So I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right, good luck to you, sir.